if you all remember last time...
Nope.
Okay, well, I will tell you since you don't remember. That's what I'm here for.
I remember.
So last time we started with Cyrus having a dream. And because the night before you had prayed to Pelor kind of earnestly, and now that you're in a different predicament, thought that he might reach out. Anyway, the night before you just got like a puff of scented smoke, whatever, in the face, and then went to bed. But as you slept, you had... Madeline, can I ask you to calm down for you had suddenly in your mind beautiful countryside with a village nearby, and you were kind of like above everything as you do in your dreams. And anyway, and then as the sun had started to come up over the hills, as the rays burst forth, there was suddenly an individual clad in gold armor and a white cloak that was right in front of where the sun was coming up.
Okay.
Maybe
I think someone's getting some help.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I have spray, but that's fine.
Oh, I was wondering. Oh,
Sorry, I do. I just forgot. I was just thinking about what I was saying and not your struggle. Anyway, sorry.
Thank you.
Anyway, and so then as you were looking at this individual that you couldn't quite see their face because of the intense sunlight, your vision zoomed into one of the buildings in the town, and you saw an elderly gentleman kneeling in front of an altar, seemingly praying, asking for help, reaching out to anyone that would listen. And that individual had motioned to this man and said, help him. He hasn't seen, or the sun hasn't shone on his life in a long time. Help him. And then the dream just faded after that. And Jenica, you had a conversation with
the night before. Wait. Oh yeah.
Well, in your dream,
and
saying that
right,
you had something that.
Oh yeah.
A certain Strahd individual could see you guys with, could track you guys with.
Yep.
So in the morning, you all wake up. Jenica runs out in her pajamas to the river, dumps out her bag, and is rummaging through everything, trying to look, sorting through things, and you find, someone cast detect magic. Yes, Drea, you cast detect magic. Anyway, you find an object, the necklace that had the etched eye on the back was the culprit, and you guys decided after discussing that it should go in the bag of devouring, and so in it went. Bloop. Anyway, burp ensued as if it liked it.
He was spying on us with that.
And you guys asked if he could see and hear, and like a scrying spell, you can see and you can hear. Anyway, and so you guys got rid of that threat. But then in thinking about it, everything that you guys had heard the night prior was also probably heard as well. So the reading of the cards and everything like that was probably also maybe overheard. Anyway, but in having breakfast the next morning of some oats that didn't taste all that great, with some milk and other things, you spiced up breakfast and talked to Madame Eva as well as this individual you saw the night before that didn't seem to be a part of the group, who you learned his name is Jet, and he's making his way towards the town of Barovia and is willing to give you guys a lift for a small price. No bronze or gold or anything that was offered to silver. Seems like silver.
And a broken barrel.
Yes, as a certain Susan individual, not to name names, jumped into his wagon, maybe pushed a barrel out, and anyway, and you cast mending, Frelin cast mending, and then he had an empty barrel. Anyway, one barrel less. Oh yes, and so he may or may not have been paid from Drea's pocket.
That's fine.
That's
totally fine.
Anyway, make up for that. Anyway,
Frelin doesn't have money currency to what these guys have.
It's Daddy's money, so
Yeah, it's fine.
Anyway, and
cast in extra or cashed in my extra card.
Exactly. So before you guys left, yes, Susan might have brought up, what if there was an extra card? Anyway, and Madame Eve seemingly kind of knew about it, kind of not. Anyway, was able to do another partial reading and said, that there was
What was
something
the
else.
card?
It was the rogue,
The
and it
rogue.
was the master coin card.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it is. I don't know what I had it. Anyway, that there was something else that you guys could find that would be helpful to you, and where to find it. In a nest of ravens, she said. Ah, yes, I see a nest of ravens. There you will find the prize. Anyway, so there's other things for you guys to look for.
That was not
may
overheard by Strahd.
be helpful. Yep, and so that's the only one that he doesn't know about. So, which is crazy because anyway, things are moving together. Anyway, so you guys say goodbye to everyone, take off, go down the road with Jet, and he just tucks and tucks. Some people are trying to attune to items, get distracted. Anyway, you guys pass by a gate that is open that seems to maybe way back when have been locked, and like maybe people stationed there to make sure people passing had proper whatever, you know. But now it's just open, and it just sits there as if nobody cares, as if there might be a greater power that's keeping people here, and people don't have to worry about individuals getting out or going in. Anyway, so then you guys made your way to the town of Barovia, where in the past it probably was a very, very nice city, you know, lots of people, lots of things to do, you know, things happening, but it seems to be a bit deserted right now. Things are a little bit run down, there's not as many people. There's some woman crying in the distance. It's a little sad to see. So Jet needs to stop by a place called the Blood of the Vine Tavern. And so he stops the cart, hops out, and leaves you guys to your devices. And you notice that across the way there was a shop called Bildrath's Mercantile, which sold just a bunch of like eclectic things that normally people need for trips or whatnot. And as you guys sat chatting and whatnot, there was a drunken individual who stumbled out.
That's
had
right.
forgotten his purse, and and was very emphatic about gathering people to go and fight Strahd now, saying that he had killed his father and life was ruined, and he was very upset. Anyway, and may or may not have tried to hit on Janica. Anyway, so yeah, and then I believe Susan, you cast Healing Word on this individual, and right away sobered up. Said his name was Ismark, and that Irena. The only mark you're gonna need. Anyway, so saying that Irena was his sister and their father had just passed, and they haven't been able to find anyone to help take him to the cemetery or to the church to bury him because everybody's afraid to go there. So because Strahd has a special interest in Irena. Anyway, and so
His sister.
someone straight away said, "We'll do that." Cyrus may or may not have volunteered the group to help.
I volunteered myself, not the group.
Or sure, I will help you, and then the group decided to follow. So Ismark had said, "Okay, very well," and started to lead you in the direction of his home. So anyway, I'll just draw a little bit of the map. I have better markers. Actually, I think I have. Yes, I do.
Okay, you should.
This one is yours, Erin. It's pretty good. Okay, so I'll just give you a little layout. So I'll do it over here because we might need other things. So as you guys have come into the town of Barovia, there's like a main street through the town, and the tavern was about here. Yeah, I know, Spencer, you can see my map.
Figured you didn't care since you're drawing.
Yeah, I'm drawing it. So there's like this like common area, whatever. Here is like center of town. It keeps the main street just keeps going, whatever. And there is whatever street that goes that way, street that goes that way. So the shop, tavern, shop, whatever, just right across the street from each other. And then off in the distance, that's where you saw the steeple kind of thing. Anyway, so you guys are currently Yeah, making your way over. Oh yeah, so he actually takes you this way, eek, down that way, to a place that's kind of the edge of town. Big building over there. Anyway, just so you guys can have a layout of where you guys are going. Okay, so perfect. Is there anything you guys want to do while you're making your way over there?
Where are we headed?
So we're headed to Ismark's house.
Okay.
He said that Strahd has been sending monsters to just pester / just watch Irena. Their father couldn't do anything, and finally his heart just gave out. So we're gonna go take him to be buried, the dad, and then I don't know. Janica wants to keep an eye out for any monsters because she's been reading the monster manual or whatever it's called. That. So she's just gonna keep an eye out for monsters or signs of creatures / monsters, anything traces of them left behind.
I'm gonna pull out my little cleric book and start looking for and reviewing stuff.
Okay, sure. So you guys are like reading and doing such things, and Janica's on high alert.
Yep. Looking for footprints or left behind goo. I don't know. Ectoplasm. I don't know.
Stuff. Okay, awesome. Okay, so as you guys are moving along, you see a mansion ahead. Over here. It's quite large, actually. It's a little bit run down. There's a rusty iron fence surrounding it. The iron gates, you notice, though, are like twisted and torn and pulled apart in places by either something big or something powerful. Through like just mostly on the main gate, but at other places as well.
In which direction? Going out or going in?
Both.
Sorry. No, you're good.
Both. Mostly though, going in. Anyway, let's see. There's so you see on the grounds where there normally would be grass and nice, greenery. There's like weeds and things. And Janica, you notice since you're looking for it. Actually, can you make a perception check?
Yes.
Are there any ravens?
Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, you wanna? I'll have you also roll a perception check.
So I'm trying to see if she's gonna give me advantage.
Not 20.
Oh!
Well, better than
Okay. So you actually do see that there are two up on the where there would be like the chimney, spokes. That there are two that are kind of like not in full view, but like you see the tail sticking out here, and like it's a feather there. Anyway, yeah, you notice that there are two up on the top of the six. Okay, so as you're looking at the grounds and whatnot, and you guys have like approached the gate, you notice that like a lot of the shrubbery and things have actually been stepped on or crunched, and like there are like footmarks and things. But with a 6, you can't necessarily tell what it is. But it looks like either creatures or people have been around this area.
Gotcha. Okay.
Kind of a lot. Or all at once.
Okay.
So anyway, so there's also like, there's like this interesting, like it's been stomped on, trampled, whatever, enough that there's kind of like this ring surrounding the house where people or creatures might have like paced or whatnot. And also there's like blackened bits on the walls as if maybe some fires had happened or fire had been thrown or things like that.
Oh, okay.
Also there's some claw marks that have you can see on the front door. There are like claw marks and things. So there's been a lot going on here. All the windows are barred with planks and wood, and also different omens and like sigils and stuff, trying to keep things out. So the magical means. Anyway.
Okay.
Yes. So as you guys so Ismark walks up and he just takes the broken gate as it like creaks open, and he like lets you all in. Welcome to my humble home. Let's go. Anyway, and so then he goes and walks up to the front door and tries the door handle. That's right. I told her to lock the door. Ding, 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 ding. And he like knocks on the door. It's kind of a hefty door. Ding, ding, ding. Irene, it's me. Let me in.
Dear.
And then you hear from on the other side of the door a faint like, Ismark, is it you? Ding, ding, ding. Yes, it's me. Let me in. I brought friends. And then you don't hear anything. He knocks again. Dun, 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 dun. Did you hear me? It's me, your brother Ismark. Irene, let me in. She's like, how do you know if they're good people? They're with me.
Define good.
Of course they're good people.
Well, I'm alright.
And then after a second, you hear the locks, and there's not one, there's a couple. You know, locks unfastening, and then the door goes, and you see inside just this like woman's eyeballs, just through the doorway, and it's kind of dark, and she's kind of looking around at you guys, and she looks for a second.
I'm just gonna wave.
And then you hear, where are you from?
I look at Frolin.
You're not from here, are you?
No.
It's a long story.
Are you guys...
You get that a lot.
I don't know why you think that. But.
She's looking at your tall blue self, your more mechanical self. You're like... anyway. And yes. So you guys do seem to stick out. Yeah, so she says, you guys aren't from here. Are you here to take care of the evil one?
I believe right now we're just here to take care of your dad.
Oh. And she looks at Ismark. Yes, they're here to take father to the cemetery. I actually found someone who would be willing. Oh. Okay. Well, I guess if they're with you, then come on in. Anyway, and so then she swings open the door. And she opens it, and it's a mansion, and so it's this wide open space. There's like a grand staircase at the end of the hall. It's well furnished. There's like furniture and mirrors and things places, but they do show some wear, like they're a bit old. But then there are some things that shouldn't be in places, like the boarded up windows and like different tools and like swords, different things everywhere to try and maybe protect themselves. And then you see at the far end of the room this wood casket that looks like it's kind of just been thrown together with an individual inside. An elderly man, which you assume is probably their father, wearing more noble clothes, obviously pale, white hair, and anyway, dressed in nice hair. And then the girl that you see, Irena, has dark, longish hair. She seems to be in her early 20s, and wearing just like a simple dress, just like a fashion of the time.
Okay.
Simple blue, not really much, no jewelry or things like that. So they are in a mansion, but it's not like they dress like they're royalty or anything like that. So anyway,
So like the Bennetts.
the Bennetts.
Oh yeah.
Bennetts.
The Bennetts.
Who are the bands?
Pride and Prejudice. Oh, got it. I'm like
Pride and
Oh,
Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice. Duh.
I've not seen that in years.
Mrs. Bennett, a Miss Bennett, a Miss Bennett, and a Miss Bennett.
oh gosh. I watched the movie, started reading the book, and it was exactly the same as the movie. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch the movie. It's faster. Anyway, so that's as far as I get.
The movie or the series?
Short
not the
new
series.
movie.
The series is way better.
I watched the
95.
2000 and
Nope, you gotta go watch the 90s series.
really?
Is that better?
Oh.
So much
Personally,
better.
I like the Keira Knightley version better
Oh.
Most people do.
Get out.
because it's over faster.
It's a
Not
Take
sophisticated.
it your
Anyway.
don't like the story.
Hey, if I'm getting scritches and spoils during the entire thing, I don't care. Let's throw on the 24-hour version.
Oh.
But if I have to sit and watch it and actually pay attention to it, hear an active version. I'm sorry. It's over faster.
It's so bad. Anyway.
But back to the dead body.
Anyway, so
Alright.
and you do smell as the doors open like a bit of mildew and like there hasn't been a dead body sitting there for a little bit, and so it's not the greatest.
Janica's gonna ask if they have staff around to help.
Oh, are you asking Irena or Ismark?
Ismark.
Ismark, okay. And he's like, so he is walked in and is motioning all of you all to come in, and he's like, staff? They all left a while ago.
Oh, because of the. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't help when you're trying to sleep, and there are creatures that come every night, to either that are loud or trying to get in, or fear
That's just
of
life in the city,
the
bud.
devil
How
showing up on your
many
doorstep.
and what kind?
Oh, it depended on the night, really.
What kinds have you seen?
We've seen mostly like wolves and animals, some dogs, weirdly.
What about ravens?
We have seen some ravens. We have seen some ravens. But those
Do you know
normally
any
just
nests around?
nests. There aren't a lot of ravens in this town, but in Valaki, there's a lot more. They actually have like places for them to stay, if that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
hoping
yeah.
to stay with the ravens.
would be-
Stay with? Oh, okay.
Is that called a rook?
Yeah.
How far away is the body from where we're staying right now?
Oh, I would say
We're here, right?
about 20. Yeah. About
Yeah,
20,
this is the
20.
house.
So
Yeah,
if I
I
go
should
over to the
draw
body,
a
I could still
figure.
listen into the conversation.
This wasn't the mansion. The
Yeah.
mansion was over here, right?
No, that's mentioned. So this is the tavern. I'll
Do we
put it
wanna-
in.
And the church is over there.
Yeah, we get here. I'm just gonna cut this and I'll just make a room. So you guys can still see this. But okay. So, you guys have whatever. Gate. Anyway, so front doors. Oh, I have a thing.
The thing.
I have a thing because the maps are. Oh, maybe I don't. Nope. All right, great. Never mind. Great. Okay, so front doors and whatnot, and then it opens up. There's like a little corridor, and then it opens up. Boink, boink. Ooh. Wow.
And this is what?
Staircase.
This is the entrance of the
staircase.
mansion.
The mansion.
Yeah, where the body is.
And then there's like a door.
There's no body in the lounge.
Doors. Anyway, and there's like, table here and whatever.
And where's the body?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can draw a casket. Sure. I don't know
casket.
what's happening.
It's like when you try and
know.
resize a
Look at
picture.
it.
and
You
it's
gotta
so
look at
much
the
better.
right perspective.
Yeah, the head is there, the feet are there. Like that's pretty much it. Help artists.
That's the best I can do.
Oh, there you go. That's
there you
perfect.
That's good. That's good,
Enough.
actually.
An attempt was made.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yes.
So we're by the front door. And
Oh yeah. So
Okay.
you guys are all here. Boop. And then I'm gonna put.
Nice.
Who should we use? Oh, this lady has a dress.
We've got Ismark.
Ismark, we're gonna make him the tall biggie with the hammer. Bloop. Anyway, okay, so yes, and you guys are filing in, and they're like moving to the side so that you guys can come in. Anyway, yes, so it's not very far.
Okay.
It's
So
like 20.
while we're having this conversation, I'm gonna go up to the dead body.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna look at it. Are you looking for anything specific?
I am looking at the clothing,
Okay.
seeing the time period and the age.
You see the cuffs are ones that you're like, wow, that's old. One of those where you look at the wigs and you're like, they thought that was fancy.
Yeah.
Like some
what
frills
we think of the
on here.
90s?
Yeah.
Oh.
As a child of the 90s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good decade.
I would have
Hey,
to
it was
agree.
better than the 80s.
No. No.
Oh.
You're like, that was my heyday.
That was my heyday.
Yeah.
Okay, it was better than the 70s.
No, I like the 70s too.
60s?
Yeah, you can go 60s.
Okay.
Anyway, so you see the clothes are really nice. They're like, you don't know too much, but
It's like the square
They're
shoulders
old.
of women's suits. So how we look at those now.
and you're like,
The
but like
80s.
farther, like
Shoulder
1600s
pads.
compared to
Yeah,
now. Like, wow,
bras.
they're wearing wigs. Anyway,
Put 'em on those.
so but you do see it's like as nice as they can get at this time period. This whatever you can. Anyway, but you do notice that the casket almost has been handmade. Like there's some like nails and like a hammer or two here or there, and it seems like Ismark and Irena probably made it themselves, and just from like cut wood that they had places. Some of it doesn't like match up properly,
Oh.
you know, but it's what they've got right now. So
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm just
Sure,
there, and I'm
that'll
also
be-
just listening into the conversation.
okay.
I'm gonna look at the other 4 of the group and
Uh-huh.
just say, do we want to consider staying here tonight to see what happens?
We just got up.
Yeah, it is morning.
No, staying here tonight.
She means for the
like
monsters.
after.
Yeah.
Well, there's good.
Sorry, Cyrus.
I
Yeah.
mean, we don't exactly have anywhere else to go. Sorry, you found a knot.
I know. Sorry.
Don't exactly have anywhere else to go.
Just I want to see these creatures and
Unless we have other plans.
well, we'll see. But I think we should leave that as an option.
Okay. I'm open to that.
I mean, it's the least they can do for us.
Well, let's see how things go with the
We're-
cemetery.
We're doing them a favor. They can do us a favor.
Jenica starts thinking about the broken barrel and some of the other shenanigans, and she's like, "This could go
Well-
very badly."
Yeah. And Ismark kind of walks over by his dad's coffin and crosses his arms and says, poor father. He tried so hard to keep us safe. And
The 80s.
his heart just couldn't take it anymore.
So it was a heart attack, you think?
I'm not a doctor, but that's...
Wasn't any of the creatures?
No, we were just...
How long has he been broken?
You call this broken?
Yes.
Our friend here, he thinks him broken, not broken.
Oh, okay. Dead is yesterday. So in the early morning. So we had another encounter. But this time, so sometimes Irena is called outside and we try and make sure she stays inside. Because on occasion, anyway, she goes out or went out in the past and came back seemingly very different. And show them your and emotions to Irena, and she goes, oh. And she like moves her hair, and you can see 2 punctures, or 4 punctures.
2 sets?
2 sets, one on top of the other, on her neck. I don't know what that is.
I go look.
But she came back with those on a couple occasions.
Do they look similar to ours?
So
Oh no, wait, we didn't have
We
punctures.
don't have punctures.
That's right. It was just like a little scratch. Was it a scratch that caused the bleeding?
No, you did have puncture.
We did have. Was it 2 punctures? Okay, yeah.
And
that's
wasn't it
what-
like a birthmark?
Yeah, but yours, so hers doesn't include a birthmark. Or I'm sorry. So you notice that.
Yeah, I go look.
So you look. So on these, there is no birthmark.
Uh huh.
There is no birthmark. But then as you're like, let me see, you know, you kind of like move her shirt and you see a little bit of like a birthmark lower down, like a purple spot.
Same as ours?
I asked
Just
her.
not over the.
So what's that?
This?
Uh huh.
Oh. It's my birthmark. You have one too? We all have them.
As of the other day.
Here? Oh. Us here, we're pretty much born with them. different places. Mine's here. Ismark, and he holds up his arm, and he's got like one right here.
Oh.
Oh. Anyway, so he has one like under his arm, but no like other wounds or anything. But he does have one here. And she says, "Yeah, we're all born with them, you know.
Okay.
But these are new." She points to the
Creature I know from my training /book /experience.
Yeah, because you have been actually, while you've been here, you've been reading and like researching, and then ever since. So I will say that, because you kind of knew before, like yesterday, I kind of know what this is. So I'll say that you would have read up a little bit on it the night before. It's like when you're getting to 101 class and you're like, okay, hey, I read the manual.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't quite know, but like now you know a little bit more. So yes, you have an idea of what it is that might have created those marks.
Okay.
What created it?
Can I say anything?
Well, if you would like to tell the group, you totally can.
So yeah, these are vampire things.
That's what I thought.
And Irena, are you? What is that? Is it something I should be worried about? Is it gonna hurt me more? Like they aren't going away.
Don't go outside again at night. Well, when you're called.
Okay, that's why we have the boards up, and I try really hard not to.
So you don't remember getting those?
No, I remember being here in the house and starting to feel a little lightheaded, and that I needed to maybe stretch my legs, but then everything kind of goes fuzzy, and then I remember waking up back here.
Okay.
So, and people telling me I was missing. This is a little fuzzy. But I remember having maybe a dream, or I don't know, it's really fuzzy, just seeing like an outline of a being with red eyes. Like boring into me. But that's all I really remember.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so I haven't left the house after that. Or tried not to, anyway.
Yeah, don't if you can help it.
Okay. So you're an expert. And you say it's a vampire?
Vampire's one way to say it. Some people say vampire.
I'm just gonna yell over. Yes, she's the expert. Ask her as many questions as you want.
Oh, okay.
And then she just kind of glares
So-
in Cyrus's direction.
So she starts to fire off questions like, what do they do? Like, what do they want? Like, did they try and eat me? Like, and she starts asking a lot of questions.
I will do my best to answer them as non-panic inducing as possible.
Okay.
But also, does she seem changed or altered in any way? Like, obviously I haven't seen her personality before, but like physically any signs of being changed closer to a vampire?
Do you want to make a medical check?
Yeah. That's a 7.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
So
yeah.
you take your hand and you go boop on her neck, and she looks at you.
It's not awkward at all.
Is this worrisome? And you like feel a pulse,
Oh yeah. No.
but like nothing else. So you like take your hand away. Okay.
Could she see her reflection?
There are mirrors. So
Okay.
there is a window. Where did I put my other marker? Oh, well, we'll use this one. Anyway, so you do see that there are windows here that are boarded up. Oh yeah, I'll just get rid of the marking. There you go. With another marker. So there are windows. Anyway, and then there's like a mirror here and a table and a mirror here and a table. Wink. That's the mirror. Anyway, let me find the other marker. That's actually good. Aaron, your marker's the best one.
Yes.
So
Oh,
good,
there
you
it is. Thank you.
So good. You lost it. No, I'm kidding. Teasing. Anyway.
It's okay. I have like a lot over here right now. Anyway. So yeah, there are mirrors if you want to check.
I'll just watch to see if she appears in them as she walks by.
Okay. Awesome. So then Ismark turns to you, Pharrellin, looks up and is like, so do you want the feet or the head?
I'll take the feet.
Okay. All right. So, this is my father, all of you. Don't drop him. Okay? We're going to make our way over to the church. We have he's the Borgomaster, is what the word they use. I don't understand that word as a deal, but whatever. Anyway, like the leader of the city, village, like leader, town leader, whatever.
Oh.
That's what a Burgomaster is, I guess, in this world. Anyway, so
Burgermeister.
that. Anyway, he's the leader. He's like the mayor of the town, kind of thing. Anyway, so he did have status in life, and he is my father. Please don't drop him. We spread the news out yesterday that he had passed, but everybody was afraid to come. Like, they've been afraid to come to this place for a while now. And so nobody has showed up. So you guys are all we have to transport him. It's a tradition in our city that when people pass, the town gets together and you take the body to the cemetery. But because of the circumstances, nobody wants to be near this place. So
Near
anyway.
the church?
Near the
No,
mansion.
near
with
us.
The monsters.
The mansion. Okay.
Yeah, because they're afraid that whatever is happening here might
Follow
pass on to them. So the people here are a little superstitious, but okay. Anyway, all right. So you boys are Frelin and
Wait, hold on. I'm
you.
not done.
so- and-
I'm going to kind of go through his clothes a little bit, just kind of looking at them. But then I'm going to go back up and I'm going to move his collar and see if there's any markings around his neck.
Okay, so you get
Try and be secret about it.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
A secretive?
Not secretive about like opening the collar, but more like,
Sure.
oh, I'm looking at his clothes. Let me just like fiddle with his collar.
Okay,
Wink, wink.
make a stealth check.
Okay.
Sleight of hand, I guess.
Sleight
yes.
of hand?
Sorry. Yes, specifically.
19.
Or performance could be.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay.
Well.
So you are like where Spencer is. Ismark is where like I am.
Okay.
And so you're like. Pull this, do this.
Oh, wow, this collar is so great.
Okay.
So well crafted.
Anyway, and so you look, and he doesn't have any marks or anything on his neck or anything. But you notice that on his left palm, he's got like a mark, kind of like
Palmer.
this.
Okay.
The back of the hand on his hand, the back of it. Sure. He's got like a mark, kind of like the rest of you guys.
Okay.
So anyway,
Interesting. Okay.
okay, yeah.
Cool.
Anyway,
And then I'm gonna pull out my cleric book and start signing a little
okay.
prayer as we walk.
Okay. Anyway, so Ismark, as you're like, he like looks at you and he's like, and he puts his hand down on the coffin and he's, are you finished?
You know, these clothes are very fascinating.
You can't have them.
I don't want them.
Okay.
I just haven't seen clothes like these
Oh.
for a long time.
Hey. You old?
Not quite.
Okay. You don't look it. All right. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate
And
that.
he like motions for you to move and like take the other side. Anyway, so he's like, okay, on my mark. And he like goes down to pick it up. Who else is
Okay.
helping?
I'll help.
Okay.
I'll help.
Okay.
I thought your name was Ismark.
Oh, on my mark.
Oh! Shit. And he looks at you. Well, that's not the first time I've heard of that one. 1,
Whoa,
2, 3. Anyway, so
Jenica's like, good job, you guys. You're doing
so everyone's
great.
pitching in except Janica, and Irena's not. Are you also
No.
helping?
It's probably crowded over there.
Okay.
I'm like
yeah.
barely holding it. You're like, oh, it's so heavy.
This marks
So
like
poor.
shouldering
Is
it.
Susan helping?
Yeah, Susan's helping. You're helping.
Pharrell's-
Pharrellin, are you
Can I
helping?
even reach the coffin at that
Are you
point?
helping?
I don't know. They,
Yes.
Yes.
I'm like 5.
So it's a little, yeah. So Ismark is like what, 6'1", 6'2", a little bit on the taller side.
She's
You're
5'9".
5'9". Okay, how tall are you, Susan?
I'm tall, but not as tall as him.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So not 6'10".
6'8". 6, 7.
Something like that.
Woo! Anyway, so Pharrell, you guys go up,
So dress
and
like
Pharrell
Yeah.
with the coffin, and he kind of like slides back a little bit. And so Ismark tries to like push up. Can you put his feet down just a little bit?
It's like they were getting a mouse hunt.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
A little bit more. Okay, so this is how it's gonna go. And so Pharrellin is like, you know, really, anyway, still very tall, and you guys are all having to like push up instead of rest on your shoulders, and so this is gonna be fun. Anyway, okay, so then as you guys make your way towards the front of the house, Irena like runs and like opens the door again, and she says, as you guys are leaving, thank you so much. I can't tell you how much this means to us. And I will come, but just be wary in case.
Why don't you just stay close to us?
Okay. Because I would like to be there when we bury him. So, anyway, and then she goes, oh! And she runs back and grabs the top, as you guys have forgotten to put it on. And anyway, and then runs back.
Probably important.
And is carrying it as you guys walk out. And so, as you guys walk out together, you do hear in the distance.
Okay.
Do we know what that is?
Was it what I think it is?
Maybe.
Can I show you?
Sure. Roll intelligence or nature check. Sorry, roll a nature check for me.
It was a wild Rachel.
You said a nature?
Mm-hmm.
4.
Woo!
Okay.
You know it's an animal.
9?
Did it start
A
saying
9? No. No. So a 9, you know it sounds like a larger animal, like a dog or a wolf or something of that.
Okay.
Normally like a pack animal
I'll
kind of
share
thing.
that with everybody.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway.
I'll just be prepared in case anything attacks.
And then as you guys are leaving and you get to the gate, you hear the door behind you guys. Without anyone touching it. But Ismark and Irena don't seem to notice. Anyway,
crafty old houses?
and anyway, so you open the gates, whatever, you start making your way out. My map. Blink. Okay, so you go out this way, and you go this way. Anyway, and so you guys are going down the street, hefting this coffin. Can you all that are carrying it make strength checks for me? Please.
That's a natural 20.
Okay.
I can carry this coffin by myself.
Yeah, the little corner you were carrying, like with like 4 fingers. You're
Yep.
like, I'm good.
6.
6. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm carrying
9.
8 for a good reason because that was an 11.
An 11? Okay. So, you all, luckily it's not too high of a DC. So anyway, you all have like gone a little bit. You get to like the main square, and it's starting to get a little heavy, just a little bit. So you're like, okay. Ismark's like, you got it?
Oh yeah, I got
Okay.
this. Easy.
Okay. You sure? Should we like put it down for a second?
No, let's keep going.
Okay. It comes to like, okay, and you guys keep going. So you guys all rolled high.
Woo!
Good. Anyway, and as you're going through the town, you notice there's not a lot of people in this town, but
Amen.
the people that you do see, when they see your group and they see Ismark and Irena, especially Irena, and like the coffin, they kind of like, and then go the other way. Or like they come out of the house they're in and then they're like, oh, and they turn around and go back in the house. You know, like they kind of try to avoid where you guys are at.
I'm
So
gonna ask Irena in a low tone and be like, did you tell anybody that you've got a...
no.
I think they know
Nobody's been to the house.
that she has hair.
Yes, you're absolutely right. They would know, wouldn't they?
Kind of obvious.
Yeah, you're right. It is really obvious.
What?
I was asking her if they knew she had been hidden, but Susan thought I was gesturing to hair.
Oh.
He's like, yes, of course.
Well, would they? Because if she has long hair, would they see it?
That's a good question.
Also, she doesn't go out of the house.
She had to move it for you guys
Well,
to see
long
it.
hair is actually easier to see than short hair. There's more of it.
You know, Susan, you were absolutely right.
Good point, Susan. Good.
I don't
Excellent.
have any, so mine's really hard to see.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And Ismark is just listening to this. And Irena kind of like looks over at you, and she looks at her hair, and she's like, "That's right, you don't have any."
No.
Don't mind me asking, but what are you exactly? I have not seen your kind before.
I am a sentient being, just like everybody else, that is also sentient.
Okay. You just look a little different.
Yep,
Okay.
I'm special.
You
Yes.
don't say. Okay. No problem. No judge. I'm just happy you guys are here to help. I'm very, very happy and grateful. So, okay. You guys make one more strength check for me.
Roll high. Roll high.
Yeah, because now, so.
Nat 20.
Yay! Drea's got her strength. Huh? Woo!
13.
14. Oh,
15.
what?
Jinx, you want me to soda?
What the? Okay, I was expecting y'all to roll a little
I said
bit.
18, so.
Oh, you said 18? Oh,
I'll
okay.
give you a soda.
So it was like getting really difficult before, but you guys have
Updates,
now
man.
like you're crossing this next bend and whatnot, and you like all have your second wind. Woo! Okay, and Pharrell even like, okay, I got this, and lifts the legs up again. You're like, oh, okay, and you kind of like try to settle it out. Don't drop him. Anyway, and you guys see as you like round the bend and whatnot, this like tallish building. So it's like on a slight hill and whatnot.
Okay.
Let's see. There's like this. It says gray sagging edifice of stone and wood. Is its description. So it's this. It seems like a church. You know, it's got like a steeple and no cross or anything on top, but it does have a bell that normally is a symbol to gather everybody in this area. And you can see behind it, there's like a grassy spot with different like headstones and things like that, which you assume to be the cemetery.
Are there any symbols or signs of who or what is worshipped here?
Can I also look for that?
Sure, you can definitely look.
You got one more chance before you join your friend.
Make a perception check.
How much does
Wait,
Gray-
perception?
Well, you guys are way far away. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless are you wanting? You,
No, I like
you-
perception.
okay. So you're trying to look for if there are any on the.
How much does Gray know about vampires?
To be honest, they're not really from where you're from. So there might be some folklore, but they're not like normally where you're from. You deal with like fiends and demons and like things like that. Vampires aren't like super common, but maybe mentioned here or there, yes, but you don't really know it. So
So a little bit of metagaming here. She doesn't know about consecrated ground or.
I would say no.
Okay.
That hasn't been your area of expertise, really.
Okay.
Because your background is noble?
Mhm.
Yeah, not particularly your area of expertise.
What is my background?
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so yes, what did you roll?
I rolled a 25.
Holy
moly!
Okay.
Well, my 16 was making me feel pretty good for a second.
I thought you were going to do religion, and I'm like, oh,
Okay. So as you you guys approach what you assume is the church, you know, and it's got like the rounded like big doors to let a lot of people in. You on the outside, you don't particularly see anything.
Okay.
But when you get inside, I'll have this continue.
Okay,
Your
sweet.
roll will continue for the inside.
Okay.
So
Sounds
anyway, you as well, Janica. So there isn't anything on the outside, but you guys are looking for this and are aware of it.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so you guys get there, and Ismark is. You guys are all kind of breathing hard, but Ismark is like, "Thank you. I feel like I was almost carrying this myself, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Let's."
It's because you're weak, but it's okay.
And he looks over at you. Fine. And let's go of the casket for a second to see if it'll hold. Okay. To see if you can hold it up. Now, are you going to try and hold your side up? Because you guys are across from each other. And then Pharrell, or you guys are like across from each other. And then Pharrell, and you've got feet. So, are you trying to compensate for the loss of support or no?
Sure.
You
Okay.
compensating?
Okay. Make a strength check for me.
All of us?
Maybe we all.
15.
15? Okay, if you guys all, like, suddenly it starts to go,
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys want to make strength check? Okay, perfect. 15.
3.
16.
16.
2.
Drea falls.
Oh,
Drea falls on the ground.
Oh, okay.
So, me and Susan got this.
Yeah. So, you guys are on the same side.
well.
So, anyway, so as he's like, okay, and flip, you guys, so Pharrell and Andrea, oh, and you guys like, boom, and your side like contacts the ground, boom, and you guys are like, oh, following it, oh, and he's like plugged sideways and one arm, boom, out of the casket, and it's like he's gonna roll out, but so now the casket's like on an incline, and you guys stopped it from going very badly. But yes, he's kind of like shifted and turned with one arm out. Boom. And yes. And then you notice that there's like stuff that was shoved next to him. Like, some jewelry, some like books, and other things like a little pipe, whatnot. And then it kind of like boom, 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 to the other side of the coffin. And then it's like, look what you did! What the? This is my father, like I said! And like, he goes to like, help you guys lift him up again.
You're the one
You
that
know
let
what?
go.
We'll just put him down for now. How about that? Let's
Why
put
don't we-
him down.
Do you have a plot that's dug already?
We have to ask for permission first.
Did you
Yes.
Oh, you didn't do that already.
Well,
No.
No.
Oh.
I was kind of out getting a drink.
Okay, then let's just put him down.
Okay.
Getting
And then we'll move it
a
later. One leads to many, and you know how that goes. Anyway.
If we bury him fast enough, nobody will probably notice.
I like the way the
That's
Mysterious
true.
Man thinks.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me go ask the person in charge of this temple.
Okay.
Who do you have to ask permission from?
Well, the priest, of course, that owns this land and the cemetery, or not owns, I should say, but takes care of. Because now he's gonna have to watch out and make sure that nobody disturbs this grave. So if we bury him and not tell him, he might think someone else is buried there, or
Okay, yeah, probably better get that sorted.
So coffin's on the ground, right?
Yep, coffin's
Okay.
on the ground.
I'll go with Cyrus.
I will go
Okay.
inside.
Okay, so you open this big, wooden door. Anyway, and you step in, and whoa! And you see on the walls are all the symbols. So you guys were looking for symbols of, different gods or deities or, holy symbols or demonic symbols, whatever. You were looking for stuff. You see it now. So it looks like somebody has taken, marker, or not marker, charcoal or different things, and has drawn. There's some blood, stuff. Somebody has been making marks all over. Anyway.
Can I tell the state of the room?
Yeah, let me describe it to you.
Okay.
So
Janet's just like, All the emotions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that like on the doors, so like all the other houses in this town have seemed like fairly okay. They're just like a little old.
Yep.
But
Yep.
on these heavy wooden
That feels
doors,
nice.
there are also some claw marks and some burn marks, as if things that were burned either had been thrown or like maybe someone had tried to start it on fire and then it had been put out. You know, things like that. Anyway, so let me draw. Okay, we're gonna now. Oh, we're gonna move all of you. I know, it's so sad.
Place your chips. Place your bets.
Okay.
Actually, that'd be a really good tool for D&D. We need to quickly move minis. The roulette, or not roulette.
Oh yeah, the little pole that they have. They have the little
Yeah.
doohickey.
Yeah. Is it roulette? I can't
I
remember.
have no idea what it's called.
There's a roulette table.
Yeah, from the roulette table.
The spinning bits.
Yeah, how they gather the chips. I don't know what it's called, but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You know, an idea for a D&D game that I've heard that I kind of want to try is you take a magic 8-ball, and instead of people rolling dice, you shake the magic 8-ball, and then you have to interpret what it says. As the roll.
Oh.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. So like things are looking up, means you succeed. Like doesn't look likely, means you fail.
Okay.
This perfect. Okay, so there's some windows over here. Wink. Shining the light in. Windows over here. Windows over here. Shining light. And then there's doors here, here, and the big doors here that you guys are have now opened. Anyway, so you see this hallway. Oh, you see an altar here, rope hanging from the ceiling there, and then you see all sorts of stuff.
Right.
Like there should have been pews and whatnot here, but they are no longer. There's like stuff everywhere.
Stuff as in debris? Or
Yes.
stuff as in trash?
As if somebody came in and went
Trash the pews.
boom to the pew and it broke and fell. Like there's a lot of wood debris and the windows have been shattered.
Vandalism, do you think?
And anyway, there's just like
Monsters.
stuff everywhere. So, but you do see that along the walls. So like along here, along the back walls here, where you can see here on this little alcove thingy. Like there's just symbols.
Rowan knows about construction.
Can I see if
So-
there's like a religious symbol that is like the main symbol, like one that's made of metal, or one that looks like it belongs here instead of just painted on the walls?
Like an original one.
Yeah.
So you make an investigation check for me.
With
actually.
Dre's going to ask for Rowan. Based on the material you're seeing in these piles,
14.
would you say that
Say
The-
no.
seating required greater than average strength to destroy it?
Would I know that?
With the okay.
I assume that I would.
Yeah.
I assume that I would.
You would.
I like that.
You look at the pew or what's left of the seating arrangements, the pews and whatnot, and the wood that's strewn about, and you notice this is kind of like a humble church building, and it was more basic wood that was used for these. It wasn't like super nice wood, so it wouldn't
define
actually
greater effort than normal.
like it wouldn't actually take that much. Like somebody with an axe could probably
Like
have
an
done
axe-
some
well,
damage. So these
does
either
it-
was like a lot of people, or like at once, or slowly over time, or
Can we tell how they were destroyed?
One
Is there
big
axe marks, or does it look like more animal?
let me so
Speak with dead pew. Can I ask you a question?
Oh.
so well, you notice a bunch of things. Make an investigation check for me.
Uh-oh.
Now, while you're looking at this, you notice something
Wow.
that you might have missed before. So, as you guys have opened and you're like looking, you at first see all this
14.
stuff and you're like, what the heck? But then you also notice that near the altar is actually a person.
14.
An elderly man kneeling down at the altar. So 14, you said.
I also got a 14.
Susan really wants to pull that rope.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna have
attached to
a
a bell, I
little,
think.
little
That's why he
dwarf.
wants to pull it.
Boink!
Can I recognize this place from my dream?
Yeah, maybe. Hold on. 14. So you're, are you guys in, like, looking at the pews and stuff like
I am.
that? Okay.
Are we still carrying the dead guy?
No,
No, he's outside.
Oh, well then Susan's definitely going to.
This magnet be the coffin that's out there. Anyway,
Unless somebody stops him, he's...
Oh gosh. Anyway, so we'll do Drea first. So for the 14, so you're looking, and you notice that a lot of this is like blunt force,
like a mace or
or things. There are some like burn marks you see like on the pews as well as like the floor and whatnot. So it almost you have a sense that it was like a large group of people. Like all at once that decided to do this, and just things haven't been fixed. And there's like a layer of dust and things, so it's been a little bit, but it didn't seem like there were animals or anything like that in the making of this. So anyway, yes. Anyway, so you walk up. Oh no! Okay, so as you pass by, so you see this humble-looking individual, this like elderly gentleman with like white hair and whatnot, and like kind of robes, the praying sort. Anyway, he's like kneeling down, and he's not really paying attention to you guys. He's like muttering to himself, like. And you simply walk by.
I jump up and like hang on it.
Oh, and so you jump and you bring, and he looks up. Oh my! You shouldn't be ringing that.
That's what he's
Don't
about.
ring
Not about
that. And then you guys hear from below the floorboards this like piercing scream, and you're. So this is a big room, like, and it's got tall ceilings, and so then you hear the reverberations of this like scream off of the walls,
my ears.
from the. Anyway, it's really loud. Anyway, and he's like, no, stop that! And he like gets up and he like so he like tries to go the opposite. Like if it's going down, he's trying to push it up, and if it's like coming down, he's like. So it's this elderly gentleman. You just like disturbed his humble prayer, and, and then after a while, instead of very loud ding ding, it's like ding ding. Anyway, like, and you all have been struck like something happened. Like there's like this silence in the room. You all looking at each other, and Ismark and Irena, like Irena's back there, like, and Ismark's just like, anyway, so there's like this quiet that is over this whole room.
Do we need to get a leash?
You say that loudly?
Yes.
You break the silence. No, we need to get a leash.
I'm going to very quickly set up my Eldritch Cannon for its support roll. Little tiny version.
Okay. And Cyrus, you look at this man and you do recognize him as the man from your dream. Who maybe somebody said, this poor man, please help him.
I'm gonna walk up and like put my hand on her shoulder and be like, I am so sorry.
And he goes, oh.
I helped him ring the bell.
What were you
What made that sound?
I think it's a bell.
No.
No.
I'm talking about the shriek.
My ears are bleeding.
That is for me to know, and for you guys to not find out. That is the whole purpose. Thank you, and he turns to you, Susan, for ruining everything.
You're welcome.
If you need help taking care of the thing downstairs,
And he turns to you and says, I don't have much, but don't tell anybody.
we don't plan on taking anything from you. We plan on
Or telling
helping
anybody. I
you,
don't.
I can
possibly
pay
making
you
donations.
donations.
Oh.
It's not really gonna help, but sure.
Okay, that's fine. We'll donate by taking care of the thing downstairs.
Why? Just you guys can go, and it's fine.
That's okay. And I'm gonna pull out my holy symbol.
Okay.
Be like, I'm here to help.
And it's pillow.
It's spell work.
Okay. And he kind
Do
of
you
looks
know
at
what
it,
this is?
and he's like, "So where do you say you're
That's complicated. Anyway, so the thing downstairs.
from?" So you have a connection?
Yes.
You do?
Uh-huh.
And then he kind of like smacks his lip like an elderly gentleman does.
You were asking for help. Last night?
Well, first of all, how do you know that?
It's complicated.
Second of all, I do that every night. Are you spying on me? You're silent.
No.
Roll
Just seeing you in my sleep count.
Yeah.
Is it deception though?
Just
'Cause he wasn't honest.
just tell him.
Deception? 19.
Okay.
Do your dreams count?
Do you have a connection? And he comes up and he like taps you on the sternum with this deity.
Yes. I'm still trying to figure that out, but yes.
Okay. Come with me.
Okay.
And he's a little bit older, and so he like shuffles.
Sing Tim Conway on the clarinet.
Yeah, and so you can tell that
Too young to remember that.
Well, I don't know about that.
you can tell that he was barely on his knees for a while, and he spends a lot of time on his knees, and so his walking has been affected by many years of like praying on this solid stone floor. Anyway, and so he
Susan will follow him serenade on his loop.
Oh.
Oh no, where? There we go.
I will impart the gift of music to you.
That's a good.
There it is. Okay, so he takes you to what is
I follow just because I assume I'm welcome pretty much everywhere.
just assume. Yep. Okay. Okay. So he takes you pretty much back the way you came, and you're like, okay. But he goes into this room over here. He kind of, the door was already kind of ajar, and he just like opens it, and you see that it's just a little room. That let's see. This room, so the ceiling is a little bit lower in this room, and there's like some holes and like a little bit of mildew and whatnot. On the floor, there's broken shambles of like the roof bits and puddles of water. Let's see, and you see the on the edge of the room, there's like a little trap door down here with a big padlock on the top. And so this gentleman, he takes out a big set of keys on like this big like archaic ring, and he's got like some big heavy ones, like old style keys. Anyway, so he's like, so he starts like jingling the keys, and you hear again from below, like this, like almost like snarling, this high pitched like snarling.
Can identify it?
You could try to.
Can I also try writing them?
I was can I attempt with my
She spent a lot of time outside, so would it be
I'll
an
have
investigation
you-
or perception?
I would do investigation since.
Oh, that's a 7.
What's that?
12.
I'm just thinking if it's an 8, not 20.
Oh my goodness.
Based
Susan
off of-
instead will try to imitate that noise in order to communicate with it.
Oh my gosh. So then you in turn go. like super loud, and everyone turns to you.
I turn around and I just go and over Susan's mouth, and I'm like,
I have a mouth.
Oh,
well, she just
you have a mouthpiece.
You'll find out that my neck vibrates,
Oh,
creating the noise.
okay. Well, she's not gonna throw punch him, but she's
yeah. So you try and do that, and it's like,
He's got cords
and like
right
still there's
here.
sound coming from his neck
Well,
portions.
we also.
Anyway,
Keep his arm outside.
so Cyrus and Drea, you don't quite know,
Is it?
but
Can we tell if it's animal or human? Or,
it seems more animal than human
Mineral,
to you guys.
vegetable?
And Jenica, you know that this has something to do with what you studied last night. Like this is
Okay.
like, oh, this might be.
I got a nat 1 on my performance check, by the way.
Oh,
Oh,
so it's like, so it could
That's
have
good.
been
Yeah.
really accurate, but with the hand over your mouth, and some of your vocal cords go. and maybe have had some harsh wear all of a sudden. So you might be a little hoarse for the next
Sticking a
couple
finger in
minutes.
between them.
Fix yourself. Anyway, and so this man is. So you know that it is something related to what you studied last night. You're like, I can't quite remember.
wow, that's a tough DC.
Yeah, because you have never encountered this.
Good, that's fair.
So, like, never in your life have you encountered this before. So
This is true.
anyway, so based on never encountering this before and having read only a little bit, you know that this is someone who might have been human, who maybe isn't particularly human anymore, who's a little bit more animal than human now. Anyway,
It doesn't sound like the ghouls we encounter. No.
that was more guttural,
throat.
but
Yeah.
this is not. Anyway, so the elderly individual is like looking at you guys like, and he takes Cyrus by the arm and like kind of moves him over to like just talk to you, and he's like, okay, I don't know what your friends are doing,
Susan gets into the huddle.
but, and he looks at you. But
Oh, there.
and he gets really close to you and whispers, "It's my son."
Did he do that with
Well-
the hedges?
It was a lot that happened. It's been a while. But can you heal him?
I can certainly try.
Okay. He's been like this for a while.
Okay.
And I don't know how to help him.
Okay.
I've tried everything. Called on everyone. And that, and he points to your symbol, is the first answer. You're the first person I've encountered that has answered back.
Okay.
So, please help him.
Okay. I will do my best to help him. However,
Don't kill
okay. I will do my best.
him. Anyway, and so he takes the keys and one of them, and he goes, moves chain the other way, and he's like,
Jenica didn't hear that conversation, so she draws her two swords. Just in preparation.
yeah. So you guys see him like whispering. Make I'll just have you do a perception check to see if you heard everything. If that's okay, but Cyrus will be up to you if you tell people. So. I guess it's more perception than
14.
investigation, but okay, awesome. Anyway, so he takes these keys and like takes a big one and like opens this big latch. Boom. And it's got like cobwebs on it and like things like that, or not necessarily cobwebs, but like mildew and just like there's water in this room and it's kind of like encrusted on the sides. Like it hasn't been opened in a while.
Okay.
Is what you can tell. Anyway, and then as it goes boom, you hear, and then the sound gets a little faint,
Okay.
like not as much screaming, and then it's silent downstairs.
Okay.
So, would you like to go downstairs?
I like that we just left a body on the porch.
It's just sitting there.
I mean, when there's a rope to pull that goes to a bell.
Yeah, you can't really blame me for that.
Worms and birds and things.
Anyway.
Okay. So, guys, there's a thing down here. Danica, put your swords away.
Do you know what it is?
I have a suspicion. He doesn't want us to kill the thing downstairs. What's the point of...
What
It's
is
a personal relationship.
what is the thing downstairs?
Can I... What did I read about?
So you read about that, like, vampires can create, not other vampires, but, like, vampire spawn is what they're called. This may be it, but maybe not. They have a lot of effects over human beings. They have a lot of charming effects, a lot of, like, mind manipulation effects and whatnot, or they can simply create people kind of like themselves, but not true vampires.
Is she sharing this with us?
You can decide who you want.
I will, but with the caveat of I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. I'm like 75-80% sure. So not great, but fairly certain.
Well, for what it's worth,
How do
you
you
guys.
combat a vampire?
Yeah. How can it be healed?
I don't know anything about him.
I knew I was forgetting to research something. Janica would know. Oh, wait, that's we're recording. I do know. DM, correct me if I'm wrong. I think silver and holy water. A lot of the traditional things work.
Daylight.
Daylight.
That's what the books say.
Okay, yeah, I was like, I feel like it's pretty traditional.
That's
They
what
don't,
you
they don't deviate a ton. So Janica will share, the different. These don't sparkle.
Yeah, but does that kill it or cure it?
Vampires do not sparkle.
No. No. Yeah, these are.
That was a different story.
Yes.
Bad story.
Yeah.
It was a bad story. Is it?
Yeah.
Curse of Strahd.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we cleared the air on.
That was your guys' generation, wasn't it? Or
We don't claim it.
No.
You're like, no, no.
I never even read it. I read
Sometimes
the
there
back
are
cover and I
things.
was like, that's enough. That's-
Sometimes there are things in your time that is just
You're
like,
like,
what were we thinking?
Yeah, that's one of
We
those.
did. That's true. We
It
did
was
giggle.
popular for a hot minute, and now in like my
Yeah,
realm,
it's
everyone
like-
looks at it and is
That
like,
was college, wasn't it?
"What is this? Why?" And also promotes super abusive behaviors that are really toxic and not healthy and makes them romantic. Anyway, back to actual vampires. Sensitive to sunlight, holy water, silver, they don't like. I think stake through the heart. I'm trying to remember if they have to be decapitated as well, or just staked. Well, Madeline will do her research on that, but I do believe those, I don't know, is there a way to cure them? Has Janica ever come across, I don't think she's ever thought about that before.
not in the books you wrote?
Yeah, she says, I have no idea. I know how to hurt and kill them, I don't know how to cure them. Maybe give them a lot of Italian food, I don't know.
Oh gosh. I think you could ask Pelor, because maybe he's got an idea.
The deity of the sun.
You know what? I'm gonna close
He's
the
like
hatch.
here, so.
The man is still there, right?
Yeah, he kind of looks at you and he's like, wait, what?
Let me go and ask Pelor. Okay.
Are you singing this one now? It sounds like it's becoming a musical.
You mean you don't know? You're not a holy man?
I'm kind of new to this. Okay.
How new?
2 months.
Oh. Gods. Why?
You know, to be honest, I've been asking myself that same question for a long time. So why don't we just lock this and we'll put a pin in this.
Put a pin in it. Sorry, he's like almost on the verge of tears.
Okay,
because
hold on.
like
Okay.
he's like, oh, yay, someone can help, and now you're saying no.
Well, hold on.
Hey, it's not a no. It's not a no.
Janica sees this going down and like puts a hand on Cyrus's shoulder and the man's shoulder and says, "What's your name, sir?"
Oh, my name. I always get them confused. Anyway,
She's this big for her. She doesn't usually call people sir. That she doesn't think I'll rank her.
my name is Donovich.
Donovich. Okay, so Cyrus is gonna go pray. I have a little bit of experience with these things. Can I ask you some questions so we can better do what you're asking?
His eyes like
Just
twitching
gotta
a
prepare.
little bit.
Part of this method.
What do you have to ask?
Okay, so
Meanwhile, Drea, could I borrow a couple of arrows?
Yes.
I have an idea.
Oh.
And well,
we don't have to roleplay. I was just gonna tell you the questions I wanted answered, but we don't have to
while
roleplay.
they're talking,
that's fine.
I'm going to replace some of your arrowheads.
Do you want to text me the
Forks?
questions,
With-
Madeline? And I might text
Yeah,
you
with
answers.
the little tiny
Oh.
silver forks
Here.
from
Right
the
down on my
dollhouse.
thing.
Meanwhile, while they're doing that, I'm gonna walk upstairs. I'm gonna go to the altar and be like, Pelor, please help me.
Here, you can type them to me.
Yeah,
text
yeah.
them.
How many
Okay.
arrows would you like me to do?
So, ooh. Okay.
Let's do.
Can I have you make
Six.
a persuasion?
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Oh, if
Sorry.
you don't do good, still help me.
Whoa, your keypad is different than mine.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that wasn't good.
You now have 6 silver arrows.
Okay.
That ought to
Let me
be
serenade you while he gets ready.
She said holy water too. Maybe we should put him in holy water.
Okay, so hear me out. What if we were to take a vial of holy water and put it in front of the silver
He puts a
arrowhead?
hand on your. Are you like playing
I'm
your?
playing Stairway to Heaven. It's inappropriate.
No.
He puts his hand out and says, "This is not time for music.
Isn't there always time for music?
Play something maybe a little lighter, please."
More somber.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I don't know. Stairway to Heaven is pretty
Well,
somber.
in the beginning,
Wait. Let's,
Oh,
yeah, I'm like,
true.
hold on, because you've got.
Here we go.
I was thinking of the later bits, but sure. Okay, never mind. You're fine. Okay. He just kind of like sits back against the wall and like stirs up. So. Oh, medieval Steve. So you're playing. So Cyrus, you are like pleading. Anyway, and you rolled an 8, yes? Okay, so, you, hear in your mind, so you recognize the voice from your dream, and it says, I will leave it up to you.
That's not helpful.
But, and you feel like this like warmth on your shoulder. But I will help you find the way.
So if Highway to Heaven isn't appropriate, how about this one? Or Stairway to Heaven?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my way! Oh,
I don't recognize
oh my
this.
gosh.
Stairway
Okay,
to
okay,
Hell.
okay. Okay, wait, I really want to hear what's
There's
Stairway to
that.
Heaven actually.
Or you could do Dust in the Wind.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh
Sorry.
my gosh. Okay.
By Kansas.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna get up from the altar. I'm gonna walk over to the man. Do you have like a library or something here?
Does it look like we have a library?
Do you want me to look in all of your rooms here?
We do have some books. Yes. Wait, I want to hear this. Hold on. Oh, that's actually not that bad.
Hell's bells.
Oh, okay. Hell's bells.
Anyway, okay, whatever. Anyway, yeah, let me. So
Like a Metallica.
he goes,
Iron Man.
So he takes you to the room just over this one.
Okay.
Seem to miss. There we go. Anyway, and this one seems to be like kind of like a clerk's office. There's like a desk here, some chairs, whatnot, and then there's like a shelf with books.
Okay.
And books here as well, and like some scrolls. But that's the only library he gives you. And he opens the door and he's like, "Well, here's what I have. This is the most of a library that I possess, but we do have a library in the city.
Okay.
But this is what I have here."
Do you happen to know any divine magic?
I am not a magic user per se.
Okay.
I have tried to make connections with deities and
Okay.
people with good power, but they don't seem to want to connect with me. So,
Okay.
You got this.
try
Cool.
in
Go.
vain.
I'm gonna shoot a little ping and be like, curing a vampire spawn? What? We didn't train for this. Got any advice? Not really expecting to hear anything.
Yeah, you send it up. I'm like, hope it goes well.
Susan kicks it up a notch and turns it into his inspiration thing.
Serenading.
And he'll give Cyrus
Hang on, I might actually.
inspiration, whatever that is. What is that called? Bardic inspiration.
Okay. Okay.
So that's a D.
Let's see, it's a D6.
D6. Oh.
You have 10 minutes to use it.
Cool.
And it's actually a mode of potential that happens. So if it's an ability check, then you can re-roll your bardic die
It's like liquid lava.
and choose which one to
Yeah.
use.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to the clerk's office, and I'm gonna start looking for anything on like vampires, curing of vampires, curing curses, any magic, anything.
That makes sense. Okay, so as you look for these things, he is behind you and he says, "I think I know what you're looking for. I have also been looking for the same thing." Here, and he takes you over to one of the desks, or like just here, and like turns you to one of the desks, and there's like 2 books on there and a few scrolls.
Okay.
And he says, "This is all I have on the topic of helping my son and maybe what happened to him."
Okay.
So,
I'm also gonna go over to the other scroll pile and see what scrolls he has. Because if we kill him and then bring him back to life, would that remove the curse? Okay.
Are we high enough level to bring it back to life?
No.
you don't know anything on this topic right now. This was not really your area of expertise.
Okay.
So,
I'm just gonna look through the books.
okay.
Well, I mean, I eventually will have like Revivify and like Remove Curse, but that's in 2 levels.
Only 2?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I might actually know something about vampires.
Oh, okay.
Or, sorry, Pharrellin might.
Okay.
Because on Ravnica, there's an entire guild run by vampires. One of the major guilds. The House Dinner. Would I maybe know something?
Yes, roll a history check for me. Just try
Come on.
and pull from your mind.
12. History. 18.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I'm proficient, I guess.
So what you actually do know a fair amount of like how they interact in the city setting, and how they interact as a group, and kind of the likes of people that they prey on, or some of their abilities. I would say about this particularly, you've heard of this before, and vampires using these types of individuals as like their pawns, kind of thing, as people. We can send them out, do our dirty work, or we don't have to. But you don't actually know exactly how to cure them.
Just how to guard against them.
Mostly how to fight them, or dismantle them or whatever. Isn't an easy way to say it.
Dismember? Rapidly.
Yes, very well, very efficiently, but not. So you've heard about a lot of them dying, but not necessarily a lot of them being cured. At least that is common knowledge. You'd have to be like in that group to really fully understand it.
Cool.
If that makes sense.
I don't think I'm high enough level yet to really have been in the. Oh, there are those questions.
So the only thing we can do is try it. If it doesn't work,
Well, maybe we should come back later. So maybe not try today, because I don't think any of us are high enough level to really help him.
any of us have enough experience to do this?
No.
We can do it.
What did Pillar say?
He said, figure it out.
That's
Sounds like you got it.
So I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm reading the books.
so. What could you possibly try
Oh boy.
at this point?
At this point, healing word.
I mean, I've got healing hands, but that doesn't do
Spare
much.
the dying.
A different character of mine has something that could help.
Prayer of healing.
Eldritch Blast.
Lesser restoration. I don't know how to really do anything.
No. No.
Maybe.
I have Expeditious Retreat.
Oh my gosh.
We could always try.
I was gonna say we could try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't.
Then come back.
Yeah, that's
We might
true.
learn some things about the monsters around here if we try.
Okay.
I mean, you can keep reading if
Do I
you
find
want.
anything in the book, real quick?
So you are like fiercely. You feel all eyes on you. Like, are we gonna do this now? And,
I have
and Dorvich
confidence
is
in you.
like, are we gonna do this now? And you're just like, blub, 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 blub. Like sort of reading, sort of not. But you do see a page that does talk about like vampires and vampirism, and like you look at it briefly and you see a picture of like this like scary looking vampire, and then like a smaller humanoid that like is a little decrepit and whatnot, that it reads like vampire spawn and whatever, and then it says like the word shared blood kind of thing, and like anyway, and you see the words death, but you don't quite know.
Okay, I'm gonna go through the scrolls and see if there are any magic scrolls, because I know he's not a magic user, but maybe he picked up some magic scrolls. Somewhere? Anywhere?
Detect magic, maybe?
What? I don't have that.
Could someone try and detect?
Yeah, I could detect.
Yeah.
I could detect magic.
Okay, yeah.
Can we try it and see if there are any magic
I'll
spells?
cast it.
Okay, awesome. So you cast detect magic. And you notice that like as you detect magic, like all the ruins and stuff that are like on all the walls, there's really no magic with any of those, or really really any of the books, and there is no magic scrolls that you can tell in this room.
Sorry, nothing.
Okay. Well, let's go down. I can try something. But, yeah, I can try something.
Okay.
Okay. And so we go down, I guess.
Okay. The questions I asked.
Yep. Let's see. Okay.
Could you, are you? Oh, you're responding to me. Okay. So you could just tell me the answers if you would like.
Oh, yeah, right. I see that.
Go to
Okay. Or okay. Sounds
Those are
good.
my answers under your questions. Okay. So
I think it just doesn't.
you go back to the room
Yeah.
with the trap door that you like closed before. And so you like take it, reopen it. Kind of feeling this, I'm a newbie and I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try. And I feel like very underqualified going into the situation. But walking down, there's some steps that lead to this dark room. There's no lights really down here.
Okay.
In this dark, it looks like a cellar where there's just, a dirt floor kind of thing. And posts, beams here or there that keep the ceiling up. But there's really not a ton in here.
Okay.
Anyway, and then, is anyone else going down with him?
I will.
Okay.
And I'd redraw my swords
will.
just to help, just in case.
Okay. Okay.
I'll
So,
take my little eldritch cannon and set it on my shoulder.
I'm gonna pull my shield out.
Everyone within 10 feet of me gets 6 temporary hit points.
Oh, thank you.
That's nice. Okay, so as you go down, these steps, it's pretty much exactly the same layout. Oh look, the end of the thing. We'll use it. Okay. Oh, and this. You guys are on the way. Anyway, so it's kind of a large cellar, actually. Wink, wink, wink. There's stairs here and like posts every so often. Oh, and that's not there. It ends there. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, and you notice that you hear, as you are walking down the stairs, you hear some like scurrying. And you notice in the corner, there is being like kind of huddled in the corner. And you hear over there. They have like tattered clothing, probably used to be a different color. Hair matted, and different lengths, maybe been pulled at, things like that. Because you have dark vision, yeah?
Yeah.
For
60 feet. So I might not see him.
Is he looking for his precious?
50 or 55. Anyway, I'm saying you're like at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
Where are you? Here you are.
Where is that?
45, 50. Wow, barely at the end of your dark vision. Yeah, you see just like this figure, and kind of like their outline. So you can't really tell too much, because they're so far away. But they very disheveled, and you hear this like hissing from their direction.
Okay.
And then you hear, I can smell your blood.
I'm gonna turn around to the group and say, okay, do not kill him.
Give it a riddle.
Did the dad come down?
What do I have in my pocket?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
But he shouts from the top of the stairs, Doru! Doru! You can hear me! They're here to help! And you hear more hissing. I can't do it. Yeah, you hiss for me. My mouth's been dry. From the corner.
Okay.
But no other response from him.
Okay.
And that's where we're gonna end it for today.
Okay.